Good evening, Miss Noel. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Awesome. You're live and welcome. Well, this is your first time on As It Is.
Yes, it is my first time because I've done the other programs, but this is my first time.
This is your first time. All right. So we're gonna have some fun this afternoon.
We always have fun, Selwyn.
You've been asked who you are so many times. So I'm gonna try something totally different, Sonia, because I also like to put you on the spot. When you think of Sonia Noel, what are three things that always come to mind?
When I think about Sonia Noel,
Yes.
what comes to mind?
Yes. Three things.
I think you're telling me three things. Okay, I have to think about three things. Oh, when I think about Sonia Noel, I think she is a lot of fun, very caring, and you know what? Oh, that's how many words. Fun, caring, and full of love. But then again, determination is something that's synonymous with Sonia Noel, so that's more than three. Anyway, take your three, Alvin.
All right. You don't want me to make this free. I would put phenomenal in there. I would put creative and I would put giving.
I've been described as a phenomenal woman, which is quite a compliment. Yes.
Yes, but it is true. Sonia, you're a designer, and I mean your work is seen all over the place. My first guest, Christine Samuel, she mentioned that she's wearing one of your designs, and she actually showed it to us, which was a good thing.
She was wearing one of my designs.
Yeah, she was, and but you design. You have many collections. What is it?
I have so much respect for Christine. She has a phenomenal bag line. I mean, when I look at Christine work, I knew that I was going to work together with her. And that's one of the things I'm really enjoying too, like being in the region and collaborating with different designers. And even when I started Designers Portfolio in Guyana, I can remember people asking me, why are you grooming competition for yourself? But if you're serious about the industry, come on.
Well, let
The
me ask.
industry is so much bigger than you.
Let me
And
ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. What do you say? What do you always say in your design about Caribbean style?
how
Uh-huh.
do I
What does your design say? Or what do you say in your design about Caribbean style?
My tagline is exclusive design with an upbeat Caribbean flavor, with an international appeal. The Caribbean is so evident in my work, and the lattice work that I'm very popular for comes from the architecture in my country, as they say, environment breeds character. And when I look around, I get so much inspiration from my beautiful homeland, Guyana. And I mean, it's Caribbean. What I like up to I'm talking about 15 minutes ago, a new client of mine from Trinidad just came in to see my collection, and she bought a few pieces, and she said, you know what, I am buying art. When I buy your clothes, but this is the first time I've seen your clothing. I've seen it before. This is the first time I'm buying your clothing. It's like I'm owning a piece of art,
You know,
So I think that's
you know something, Sonia. I'm gonna get you. You have a way of answering my questions before I ask them. The next question I was going to ask you, believe it or not, right? Believe it or not, is what do you want us to know about you, your artistic expression, and if possible, your skills in your design? What do you want us to come away with?
I think owning a piece of Sonia Noel, it's not just clothing; it's an experience. It's experiencing exquisiteness, sophistication, and lots of class. It's a piece that it's timeless. Any one of my pieces can be worn 2 decades from now. And some people will be like, where did you get that? Like my friend Vinnie Thompson is in Ontario. And she said she wore one of my pieces she bought 15 years ago. And people were like, oh my God, where did you get that? So it's timeless art.
And
It's
how do you, Sonia, describe your sense of style?
my sense of style. It's my personal sense of style. I think I go more for the elegantly casual. Although I mean, there are times when I feel like going like overboard, like extravagant. I think I'm the kind of person that would just throw stuff together and look as if I've spent all the time like putting all these things together. But because I think it's because it's my genes and it's natural that I create. So my sense of style is more elegantly casual with a twist of sometimes going overboard.
You know your friend Now our friend Richard Young, who was on my show last Wednesday. And you know, Richard is a lot about branding and the Caribbean identity and style and so on. And he talked about the importance of branding. What is the Sonia Noel brand?
The importance of branding, that's very important, and that's why we are creating this Caribbean brand of fashion, the Sonia Noel brand. The Sonia Noel brand.
I'm sorry, Sonia. I'm gonna
But
listen.
when it's the Sonia Noel brand, because I mean, I'm involved with charity. I just formed a new women's group. I'm in Ghana Fashion Week. There's so many things that come under the Sonia Noel brand, magazine, television show. There's so many things. So the Sonia Noel brand, I would say, it's anything that has to uplifting and empowering to society. So I would say the Sonia Noel brand. I want to see. I want us to live in a better place because we all have to live in it. So we all have to contribute. So like clothing, maybe my main. I'm a fashion designer, but even within the fashion designing, I incorporate so many messages to be sent. So I think the Sonia Noel brand, anything that has to do with empowering and making society a better place. That's what I
Ah,
would say.
Sonia, one of the things I've been conversations I've had with you, and you mentioned the importance of presentation and the importance of image, and you work a lot with young people. You're always impressing upon them the importance of image and confidence and all these things. Why is image and presentation so important to you?
Like I said, if you don't get a second chance to make a first impression, and talking about image, I'll touch a little on talent too. I always say to people, talent is not good enough. It's the other things that come with it that make you that move you to the next level because we have talented people all over the world. Image is important. Sometimes people judge you from the time because before they hear you speak, time because before they hear you speak, they actually size you up by just looking at you and your presentation and the way you look. So I think when you walk into a room, it creates a good impression. It's just the way you carry yourself, the way sometimes you shake someone's hand, and it's a whole package. So that's why sometimes we do courses within Ghana Fashion Week of image development, with which our teachers all, most of the young people to better themselves. Sometimes you could say image is superficial. They can say that just on the surface, but it's very, very important to anyone's well-being.
Someone had asked me to ask you, Sonia, if you always wear your own designs.
If I always, you know what, Ian, that's very interesting because 98% of the time,
Yeah.
I get so many people always tell me I'm my best model. And I get so much business from wearing my own clothes. Sometimes I pass into airports from all over when I wear travel and I give someone my business card. And she says, oh, what are you? Oh, I love what you wear. Where can I get that? I was in the street. I was in Brooklyn yesterday, and this Latina woman came up and said, oh, I just love your top. Where can I get it? So I find wearing my own design is also a marketing tool. It's a way of, I don't have to pay to
Uh-huh.
get that marketing. So why not?
Why not, right? And Sonia, I am itching to get you to talk about this initiative, this event, Bridging the Gap. Richard was on last week and he spoke about it, and you've kept me abreast with some of it. But I want to share with our audience this Bridging the Gap concept. What is it? How did it come about?
Well, it's something that, I think my mind works over time. And, having Guyana Fashion Weekend first, then Guyana Fashion Week, then, there's like, we have to move eventually to the diaspora. So this was in the making for a while. So we thought about, Caribbean months, a lot of emphasis placed on Caribbean people. Why not do the launch then? And when we talk about bridging the gap, we also want to forge a better relations with the designing world, with the Caribbean and North America, and not and just the Caribbean itself, because we still have the French, the Dutch, and the English-speaking Caribbean. And on this, actually, this day, you one of from Suriname, one with French Guyana, Suriname, and the English-speaking Caribbean, and Brooklyn-based designers who are from the Caribbean and who are also from Brooklyn. So if you notice our logo, I don't know if you've seen our logo, is the book Brooklyn Bridge, which bridge that means from Brooklyn you can go, when you cross over that bridge, there's so many other parts of the U.S. that you connect with. So I was so happy when I went to the press conference a few days ago with the borough president, Eric Adams, and his deputy. And actually, his deputy made specific reference to what I'm doing in the fashion world and this concept, and they think how excellent it is, and it fits right into Caribbean Week. So I am so excited that we actually, we are part of Caribbean Week celebration here, Caribbean Month celebration here in New York. And I'm excited that I can, you would not believe this, Selwyn. Christine sent her stuff from Christine and Atia sent their stuff from St. Lucia. Then we had Dominique Laroche and Robert Young and some other designers sending their stuff for me to bring it up for this event. And I was so excited. Like, I'm a designer. And I'm so excited to have the art. Like today, Christine is featured in the Ghana paper today. She's going to be surprised. She doesn't even know that.
So
I am so excited to see the pieces and have it photographed and have it featured, because I just don't feel as if, I don't see it as a competition. I see it as we all working collaboratively, So Bridging the Gap is going to be one of those events that's definitely going to create a platform for that.
So Sonia, how did this all come together? It could not have been easy. Here you are, you're the nucleus of this whole idea. Here you are, and then you have all these various pieces that you have to put together, and not only pull them together, they have to make sense. Just give us a little glimpse. Let people see what madness this is and how you make sense out of this madness.
Lots of Skype calls. Like I'm leading the team. I have some of my committee members here in New York. Then I have some in the Caribbean. And lots of Skype calls. I could remember one night. I'm Skyping. Then I have to put stuff together because I'm leading the team. I went to bed at 5 and then I got up at 7. I had 2 hours sleep and I went straight to work. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's a walk in the park. It's a lot of focus, a lot of determination, a lot of energy, because some days I'm like, oh my, you would not believe 2 hours ago, this is not a person who's talking to now. 2 hours ago, I felt so exhausted. Then I tap into my inner self and I got the energy to go on because I have things to do, and I think you have to find it. You got to be done, you got to find a way to get it done. That's my motto. So, it's like, no, there's no if. There's when this event going to happen. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. So it's all now coming together. Like I was speaking to Kirk last night, we discussed the concept for makeup, the concept for hair, and we meet in the models and we have rehearsals on Thursday night and it's exciting. It's very exciting to know that I'm from all that part of the world, all the way in the south, and we're here in the north, and we're actually putting on an event.
I am curious about something, Sonia, and this is going to be a learning moment for a lot of young people or would-be organizers. Now, what you're doing requires that you deal with different personalities. The creative world is a world unto themselves. And I'm saying this because I feel qualified to say this. I remember many years ago I worked for Time Inc. And the manager in charge of restructuring, of putting together, like when a new department comes up, of putting the department together, if there's a move of how to structure the cubicles and all these different things. I asked her, I said, well, why isn't the area that you're setting up for the artists the same as you're setting up for the programmers? And she said, because they are different personalities. I said, well, they all work for Time Inc. And she says, well, that's not it. If we don't put certain types of things in the artist area, they will not work. Not because they want to rebel, but they'll be uncomfortable. There's a different types of personalities. And for you to have gotten this far, dealing with all kinds of people, all kinds of personalities, the question I want to ask you, I'm not going to ask you if it's easy, because it couldn't possibly be easy. But what keeps you going and how do you do it?
What keeps me going is I think that everyone should have a purpose on earth. We all are here in transit, and we need to make a mark. And talking about personalities, of course, it's going to clash from time to time, but I always try to take the positives out of anything I do. So I get that, because I think I'm here. Fashion is the excuse. I shouldn't say the excuse. It's the medium for higher things. I'm here to make a difference in people's lives. And it's not just like I'm connected, of course. A lot of young girls look at me as a mentor, and they actually mentioned that many times. But a lot of a young man came into the Pegasus lobby and say, "You're my hero." So I didn't know he was talking to me, And he said, "Yes, Miss Noel, I'm talking to you." I said, oh, okay. And like I was like so I didn't even know what to say. He said, yes, I've been following your work for so long and you are my hero. You give me that strength to go on and to want to do better. And I'm talking this happened like last week, you know? So I think those encouraging words and those emails I get and those sometimes Facebook messages of people who said, "Oh, Miss Noel, when I think about something that you said or something that you know, something in your life, because I mean, you came from very humble beginnings, and you know, you're doing so much great things, and so that keeps me going. And I think my purpose, I think my journey is not even halfway. Selwyn, I
Mm-hmm.
think I have so much more grounds to cover, and you know, that's one of the things. That's one of the reasons I have the Sonia Noel Foundation for the Creative Arts, and that is the core that's putting on the people bridging the gap. And that's one of the reasons I formed that foundation because we need to nurture young talent and we need to find a way to take it to the next level. So my reasons for getting that drive every morning, apart from God, I mean, I have a personal conversation with him every day, many times a day sometimes, and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that he's given me a gift that I love. I'm
Sonia,
very thankful that I can earn from that.
you travel the Caribbean often. You are displaying your fashion. You are at fashion conferences. You are judging fashion shows and doing all sorts of things in the fashion industry. When you think of the Caribbean and the Caribbean style, what comes to mind? What jumps out at you?
I didn't hear you very well. I didn't hear you very well.
When you think of the Caribbean and the Caribbean style, what jumps out of you?
When I think of Caribbean style, what I observe with me personally or my design.
Well, general. When you just think of the Caribbean and the Caribbean style, like let's say you're sitting down and you're having a quiet moment, and the idea Caribbean style comes to mind. What do you think of?
What I think of, I think Caribbean style. I think the style we have. I think about us having so much to contribute to the outer world of fashion. Like I'm talking about the bigger picture. I think because we are unique, and I think because we kind of, as I said, it's just the mode of invention. We invent things when we don't have the things that we desire to get it together. And that's what makes us special. That's why I think we have such a big niche market. And I'm talking about not just me, Caribbean designers. Because we have things that, you know, when I see some stuff on the website, I'm like, I can't wait to see our stuff there because it's like one of a kind. It's going to be something we probably take from the environment and add it to something else. And, you know, so I think when I think about Caribbean style, I think about a style that has so much to offer the outer world there because we're unique in our own way.
Sonia, your pieces sell. That's obvious. People are always looking to buy your pieces. You know, they're always looking to buy your design. I was in St. Lucia at that event where you were with other designers and people. There were lots of people flocking you. What does it feel like when that happens? What do you tell that young girl from Bartica, right? That what do you tell that young girl from Bartica that might be playing in your head at the time when people are flocking you and asking you and complimenting your pieces and buying your pieces? What are you saying to her?
What I say to that young girl is, you know what? You dreamt. I mean, the dream was almost impossible. A lot of people thought that it was. But I'm very happy that you stuck to what you believed in. I'm very happy that you make it a reality. I'm so proud that you actually did it your way with the help and the guidance of God. And I'm proud of you.
Sonia, this idea of bridging the gap, of exposing the Caribbean to North America or New York and vice versa. Why is this so important to have this sort of cross pollination? I hope Richard is listening and this is the right term I'm using, but this sort of cross pollination of styles and fashion. Why is this important?
It's important because we need the outer world to know what we have, and you know sometimes they view us as the Caribbean, the beautiful beaches and the white sand and the colorful people that wear all these hats and whatever, but they don't go deeper into our culture and our fashion. And I mean, Caribbean music now I think is doing much better too. But we need them to know we are much more than the paradise people. Of course, it's great to be called the paradise people, but we are talented and we have so much to offer the outer world out there. And the event in September, because this is just the launch for the event in September. The event in September is going to be featuring the wider part of the arts. We're going to have like a bias gallery where you're going to have people with artwork like yourself, and like sculptures and different parts of the creative art. So it's not just going to be fashion. It's going to be a 3 days event, and one of it is actually going to be open to the other parts of the art.
Awesome.
So so it's going to be the Caribbean Month show. We need to get it out, because I look at Caribbean Month. I mean, they declare it Caribbean Month, but it's much more than a declaration. I really look at mainstream TV, and I'm still to see them doing interviews and features and so on with Caribbean artists, because they have lots of people living here in New York and other parts of the U.S. And I'm still looking to see that when they really declare it Caribbean Month and mean it Caribbean Month, not just saying on the surface. We have to feature these people. The month was given to them. Let's give them their dues for that month. We need to see big spreads in the papers, in the magazines, and all of that. So I would love to see that in the near future.
Sonia, when you first had this idea and you start to develop the vision, as the vision evolved, did it frighten you?
Did it frighten me?
Yeah.
I have my moments when I feel a bit overwhelmed.
But I don't think frightened. I don't think no.
Okay.
I don't, because I think I get that confidence from, if my father up there tell me I can do it, he's my biggest cheerleader. He's in my corner. You know them boxes when you go back and get beat up and you go in the corner, they put thing and they fix it and say, you know what, go back out there, you can do it. That
Yes.
kind of way. So I think he is there, and I think if he tells me that I can do it, he has never failed me, and I have no doubt in my mind that anything is possible. Put your mind and your focus, and you can achieve it. That's how I believe, and that's how I go about doing things.
Sonia, what do you tell young girls who want to follow in your footsteps as a designer? What do you tell them?
I didn't hear you very well.
What do you tell young girls who want to follow your footsteps as a designer?
I tell them, if it's from the heart, go. Make it your best. Do it and you know what? I want you to be 100 times better than I am. Do not do it because you think someone else and look glamorous and that, are you going to be in the papers, or are you going to be on the news? Do it because it's from here. It's got to be deep, from the heart, because you're going to make the impossible possible and be much better than I am.
Sonia, I am going to do something that I don't ever do on this show, really, and because I'm tempted to do it and I'm inspired to do it. I'll call some names of people that I know, that I have personally met, that are very, very proficient in what they do, very good at what they do. And tell me what comes to mind when I call these names. Richard Young.
Oh, a genius.
Kirk Delpeche.
Oh, crazy. Absolutely love him. The best makeup artist that ever touched my face.
Repeat that, please. The best makeup artist?
That ever touched my face, yeah.
Wow. Don Thompson.
Put him behind a camera and he will work magic.
He is indeed. And for those, well, I have two more. Mariska and Shante.
Mariska and Shante, the love of my life, and Jaden. You forgot Jaden.
Yeah. You cannot call their names without mentioning my grandson.
Yes, I'm sorry.
They are my anchor. They are my inspiration. My two daughters are so supportive. They give me the strength. When I look at them, they tell me that they grew up seeing a mom, making them feel that they can be anybody they can be and they can do anything. And I look at the two of them and I get my inspiration from them because they're so strong. They're little kids. They're so strong as young girls, And I look at them and I'm so proud of them. Very bright, focused, down-to-earth girls.
Sonia, early on I mentioned how often you travel and, all over the place. But you're never really traveling for a vacation, and many people don't know that. They may see you here and there, but you're not someone who take vacations. And you're here today. And again, this is not something I normally do. But what on earth is happening with Sonia Noel Designs this afternoon? What's going on?
Well, I actually took a break because we're having a trunk show at one of my friends' residence in Brooklyn here. And that's when I was like, I was looking at the time and I was dealing with clients and I was like, I gotta get on this thing. I have to talk to Selwyn. So that's what we're doing today. And tomorrow, let me say, when I say people, I need a vacation, and that you mentioned that just now, and I said, they said, you just come back, you just come off a plane.
I mean, it's work. It's like I get off a plane and it's non-stop, 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 no matter where I go. So a vacation and that quiet time of not having a meeting or not having, it hasn't happened in a while. I'm hoping very soon. But I love what I do. And then sometimes it doesn't even feel like work because, and that's the other thing I say to people, when you love something, you have to spend so many of your years doing it. You might as well love it from the heart because you're going to be miserable. You're going to be really miserable because I have my challenges. This job is challenging. I don't even say job. I wouldn't even call it. What I'm doing is challenging. But because I love it, I make a twist even in the most. But because I love it, I make a twist even in the most challenging time. I just twist things around and I'm fine, you know. And you have to have that positive mindset too. That really helps, Selwyn, to be positive from here. Your thoughts, you know.
Yes.
You just put that into, just try to weed the negative things out. As I said, negativity is not for here. It's too precious, you know. So I just try to, even the people I surround myself with, to have that positive energy surrounding me.
What keeps you focused?
The work I have ahead of me, that keeps me focused. I have so much to do. My journey. My journey has just begun.
Wow. Sonia, you're having this trunk show. Do you have any of your pieces at hand that you can show?
Pardon me?
You're having a trunk show this afternoon. Do you
Yeah.
have any of your pieces at hand that you care to show the audience?
That I can show. A client of mine is here and she's also a friend of mine. She just bought this piece. Let me show you what she's wearing on her hand. Come to me. I need your hand. Auntie Linda, I need one of the pieces here to show you. You see, she just bought this here among other things.
Wow.
This here is a very versatile piece. It can be a bracelet, a necklace, a headpiece, a handpiece, a footpiece. Yeah, so, and what's one of these other outfits here? And this color one right here. This is one of my versatile patterns that can be worn as a skirt and stuff. Because I like pieces that can be very versatile and you know you can do so much with it. Or the white. Oh, and for my white line, my white line is here too. The one I just showed in St. Lucia. The white collection. This got great. This was shown in Montreal too, and you know, so and my pieces is of all sizes, from a size 2 to a just goes, and very flattering to many body types, you know. So
And you have fun with what you have fun with. You have fun with what you do.
What did you say?
You have fun doing what you do. Sonia, you realize you almost broke your own tradition. You were almost late this afternoon for my show. You realize that? And that's not you. I say you were almost late. You almost broke your tradition. Because you're never late.
It's a new internet system, so I have to clock into that, and I was going crazy. It's like,
I know.
You know how I am with time.
Yeah, you're never
Really
late.
reliable, and that really means my word is my bond. You know how I am with that. So I'm so happy that in the end, I was like, oh,
You made it though.
yeah.
You made it. Well, I have my last question. I have a quiz for you. And the quiz is, can you name your previous line, your current line, and the next line you're about to design?
Well, what I'm doing now, it's first resort, right? That is part of the Sonia Noel brand.
Uh-huh.
And I'm expanding on the first resort line. But I am working on Elizabeth right now. Elizabeth is going to be an exclusive evening gown line.
Wow.
Elizabeth. Doesn't this sound like royalty?
Elizabeth. I like it, Sonia. I like it. I like it. And you know, all the best with Bridging the Gap. I think when I heard the theme, when you sent me the proposal and I saw what it was all about, I was really, really enthralled. I was like, wow, all this work, and it could not have been easy. So of course, you know, I respect and admire you tremendously for that.
And it's been a tremendous support to many creative people that have been on your show, and you've been. I mean, your book is one of the. I mean,
when I quote subject, when sometimes when I feel like, and then I find bored, it's never bring it up, and I open any part of that book and I feel better.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Really, you've made us proud. You have really made us proud, Selwyn.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you. One of your another designer that is supposed to be part of this Bridging the Gap is coming on Tuesday, and
That's from Haiti. That's
yes,
from Haiti.
oh, we are Caribbean. As a matter of fact, on the ad, under your name, I put we are Caribbean. I was supposed to ask you today what does we are Caribbean mean to you, but I'll leave you alone. I'll let you go and do your trunk
As
shoot.
Richard said, we're Caribbeanists. Every such a word.
Well, thanks again, Sonia.
Richard, is he brilliant? Oh,
Oh,
man, love
Richard is extremely brilliant. Extremely. Thank you so much. And
Thank you for having us, and I'm so happy that Christine enjoyed her.
oh my God, Christine is phenomenal. I just love her spirit. I love her spirit.
She's going to take it.
Yeah, she is. Thank you so much, Sonia.
Bye bye.
All the best.